Good morning, ladies. All right, here we go. I don't think I've ever been in a room with 1,700 product people, let alone 1,700 women. So this is intimidating for me, and hopefully very impressive for you. I'm psyched to be here today. I do have to give two public service announcements. One, I have a bit of a potty mouth. I sometimes cuss. I will try not to. My grandmother always said that people cuss because they have a small vocabulary. It's true. I did not do well in English. So I apologize if I've offended you already. The second thing is I am pregnant. I'm actually very pregnant. I'm due in 12 days. Yeah, we'll see who claps in 12 days. But I won't have the baby on stage, don't worry. But I do have a small human sitting on my diaphragm. So if I get breathless, it's because it's this combination of like excited energy, small human, nowhere to breathe. I'm gonna take water, but I'm not in labor, so it'll be fine. Okay, let's jam. So what I wanna talk to you today about is taking more risk. This is me. If you look me up on LinkedIn, this is what, someone I guess would see about me. I started in product many moons ago, probably 12 years ago. I ran product at a couple of different companies. Most recently, I ran a data and strategy team at a company called Hotel Tonight. And about 6 weeks ago, I took a job as the CEO of a company named Rabbit, which does collaborative video sharing. But this is the real me. This is my 2-year-old daughter, Blake Ann. This is how I spend a lot of my time, actually. Work is the easiest part of my life right now. I do work at Rabbit, and I am a new CEO, and I'm not going to lie, I'm very much trying to wrestle with my own imposter syndrome, trying to understand what my job is, trying to figure out how that happens. And then the third thing I really care about is empowering women. So as I wrestled and kind of thought about what I want to talk about today, I couldn't help but reflect that I'm actually currently hiring for a VP of product. And, oh, you laugh. We're going to talk about this because this is my point. I cannot get a woman to interview for this job to save my life. I have told the recruiter I will not do his weekly check-in until he brings me a slate of women. I have called the women I know. Oh, I'm all for clapping, but somebody needs to call me back. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about. I don't think the women in this community are being risky enough. I can't tell you how many entitled, underqualified, masters of product men I have met in this process who are 28, and they've dominated product. They manage like 2 people, right? This is true. But ladies, that's what you're up against. Call me. I need you to take more risks. We're not stepping into the space that's being created. I want to pull one or many of you up with me. I need you to join my hands. So I'm ranting a little bit today about what I need from you in terms of risk taking and how I need you to change your behavior. And because, I'm serious, and because I actually think we're better judges of character of our girlfriends in dating situations than we are in ourselves with employers, I'm going to frame my 3 asks of you as dating advice. So, let's talk about dating. My first piece of advice, say what you want. Now, if your girlfriend came to you and said, oh my gosh, we have like such a great relationship, and I'm like so nice, and we go to dinner all the time, and we're totally having a great time living together, and everything's so good, I'm sure he's gonna ask me to marry him any day now. That's not true. That's not how that happens. You have to talk about this. You have to tell someone you want to get married. Know what, your mother was right. No one buys the cow and they get the milk for free. Why are you all sitting in your jobs being like, oh, I delivered the perfect spec, I attended that meeting, I worked all night, I did the extra work for the QA team, I updated all the JIRA tickets. I'm sure my manager's gonna notice and promote me. That is not what's going to happen. No one's going to promote you unless you ask. I mean, literally, in this process of searching for a VP of product, I've had women tell me, oh, I'm not ready to make a move yet. I think I'm going to get promoted to VP in the next 6 to 12 months. I want to make you VP now. Let's do this now. Come with me now. Why are you waiting? Like, literally, ladies, what are we doing with ourselves? So it's easy to sit around and talk about all the times we've missed the promotion. I want to tell you about a time, because I do think understanding language and success in this area is important to know how to ask for promotions. So my situation was, I was at Hotel Tonight. I was the VP of product. I'd been there for probably 2 years. We'd launched a number of features. We're rapidly growing to a $500 million sales business. All my peers were C-level. I had a great review, and at the end, my boss, the CEO, said, what are you interested in doing in the next year? I said, I want a C title. And he looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what? Why would you want a C title? I thought you were happy with your job. So that's fine. That was a no. It happens. I went out, I got my data, did my comps. 2 weeks later, in the next one-on-one, I revisited the topic. Well, think about it. 3 weeks later, he had a need from me. And all of a sudden, I had my negotiating chip to say, well, if you want me to take that new role, this is what I need from you. You have to say what you want. And don't be intimidated if you get no at first. Just please don't sit on your hands thinking your manager is going to all of a sudden decide, oh yeah, she's ready, because she's been doing a good job and has never voiced what she wanted and has never spoken up for herself. So it's just like dating. You have to be an active participant in your relationship. You have to put your neck out there. And you can't wait for him to ask. You've got to put your hand up. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I try to work it into every presentation I do, because I do think, particularly in this day and age, it's very important. But power can be taken, but not given. So I need you guys to go out there and take it. Second lesson. I need you guys to take more risks and more stretch. I need more women to put their hands up and realize you're not qualified, you've never done it before, that's going to be hard, and you're going to do it anyway. This is what I'm talking about. If you were dating the same generic person, nice, calm, whatever, your mom would love them, whatever the situation is, him or her, no judgment, you'd just be bored to tears. It's super predictable, right? If your girlfriend was doing that, you'd be like, what are you talking about? Date someone more interesting. If Tinder taught us nothing, it was just swipe right every once in a while. Who cares? Do the same for your job. You can sit comfortably in a boring job, or you can stretch yourself and try something. So here's my story of stretching. This was actually one of my early product jobs. I took on a product at a hospital software company that did healthcare analytics. By way of background, I hate hospitals, I hate healthcare. The analytics product was notoriously bad. The doctors hated it, the engineers hated it. We gave it away for free in most of our enterprise agreements, and people still wouldn't install it. It was a hard job. And you know what? I'm not going to even lie. After a year of beating my head against the wall, I couldn't fix it. But it took having a really shitty product experience for me to know what a good one was. It also took a year of learning about analytics, getting like star schema debates with the engineering team. I didn't even know what the hell I was talking about. Coming up that curve super quickly that helped me learn to come up the curve in other areas. You've got to stretch and you've got to try something that you know you're not qualified for, because back to the beginning of my story, all the men aren't qualified either. They're just trying. So I need you guys to try. Again, it's just like dating. Boring and easy dates are boring and easy. Let's take some more stretch. Let's take some more risk. Even that really shitty boyfriend or girlfriend you had along the way, who may have treated you badly or cheated on you or whatever the drama was, you learned something. It's the bad experiences that give you the grit that teach you what the good experiences are. So I want you to build your endurance, and I want you to take more risks, and I want you to look for really hard jobs. My third ask of you is optimize for today. So you're hanging out with your girlfriends. She's like, well, he asked me to dinner, but I don't know if he's marriage material, and I kind of want to get married in the next 10 years, so I'm probably not going to go out with him. What? Take the free dinner. What are you talking about? That is insane. Don't make your decision today just because you're worried about 10 years from now. We laugh, but I will tell you, in talking to women again about my VP of product role, I've had them say, I might have a child in the next 4 to 6 years. Look at your neighbor. Judge. Ladies, take a risk with me. I'll figure out the maternity thing, I promise. This will all sort out. You can't predict the future. You have to optimize for today. So this one is very salient for me, obviously. So I took this new job I mentioned 6 weeks ago. Clearly, I was interviewing very visibly pregnant. The board was polite to kind of dance around the subject, but I finally was like, you guys, it's okay, I'm very pregnant. 25 weeks pregnant. And the funny exchange came when they were like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, I'm absolutely convinced I want to do this. I know this is the right move for me. I know this will be a couple weeks, several weeks of time away, but at least I'll be prepared and organized. And the chairman of the board looked over at his peers and he said, you know what? Any CEO could be hit by the bus at any moment. We could lose that person forever. We could have that person in the hospital for 8 weeks. We would be thoroughly unprepared. She's qualified, she's ready, and she's got a plan. And that's way better than the hit by the bus scenario, so let's take that path. But good on him for recognizing that, we're going to take a risk and we can't predict the future. You just don't know. So my ask of you is just try. Take a risk. It'll all work itself out. And if it doesn't, we can break up. You can get another job in a year. This is Silicon Valley. We all change jobs every year. No one judges that. So, oops, there we go. Oh, Mother Teresa, because it makes me feel good for cussing. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not yet come, we only have today, let us begin. So those are my asks. I am legitimately hiring a VP of product. I am legitimately angry that I can't get women to apply. I am legitimately frustrated that some of the excuses are, I'm going to be promoted in the next 6 to 12 months, maybe. That sounds really hard, and I've got a good lifestyle. Or I may get pregnant in the next 4 years. I wish I could make this up. We all laugh because it's funny, because I try to make it a little humorous, but these are things that people are saying. Ladies, I need you guys to lean in. Cheryl's right. We're all gonna try harder. But the best way to break through is to just put yourself out there. Take more risks. My mom used to say, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Someone famous said it, I don't know who. You guys probably know, because you did well in English and I didn't. We covered that. Just take a leap of faith. Take a call. Put yourself out there. Have a coffee with that recruiter. Put your head up and see what else is out there. If nothing else, it gives you negotiating leverage against your current employer. I need you to take more risks. That's the only way you're going to break through. The breakthrough is not going to happen for you. You guys need to make it happen. So with that, if you're serious about VP product, that is my email. I'm not joking. Call me, maybe. And I hope you have an awesome day of finding other techniques for breakthrough and other ways to inspire you to take your career to the next level. Thank you.